only compete for World Series next year, but both Vladdy and Bo Bichette are entering the final years on their contracts.
You know, when Donaldson left and Batista and Encarnacion left and Batista aged out, Bichette and Guerrero were in the system. Right? The next generation was there. The next generation is not in the system now.
A very intriguing offseason has begun. From the Sports Center, I'm Alex Fitzgerald.
Coming up next, gas prices in cottage country traffic.
The City News Time, 108.
Watch now the gas price update. Ambrose says will hold at $1.50 for a liter. Time now for cottage country traffic. Let's check the drive home with Colette Desjardins.
Thanks, Zach, in this report brought to you by Explore. So right now, southbound on the 400 extension at 6 Mile Lake, we've got bridge construction at White Falls Road. It's down to a single lane, so the backup is from Hidden Glen Road. Once you get through that, the southbound 400, that's a slow go from the merge to approaching Asa, south of 89, off and on down to south of Aurora Road. And southbound Highway 11, we're seeing delays now from Aurora Line 3 down to the merge. If you're on Highway 12 in Gamebridge, this is County Road 48. Both ways you're sharing a single lane because of bridge repair. So southbound, your backup right now is still south of Concession Road 4. Highway 48, both ways between Lake Ridge and Pefferlaw down to a single lane. That's for rail bridge maintenance. If you're traveling right now on the westbound 401, seeing delays from Brock Street to approaching Salem. Travel bound on the QEW filling in. Getting a little bit busier over the Burlington Skyway Bridge. With cottage country traffic on the rise, I'm Colette Desjardins.
Right lane stalled vehicle, a delay as you approach the problem. Then its volume digs into the 400, off and on. I think both express collectors, Keel through the collectors, slow go through that stretch. Leslie Express, a stalled vehicle in the right lane, slow from Yonge in the Express. 404 to Victoria Park in the collectors, 2 right lanes closed off. That's backing things up from Bayview in the collectors. Ramps to and from Victoria Park and Warden closed down for construction. Then approaching Bowmanville, right lane closed, more road work. Slow from Holtz Road. Eastbound 407, spoke to a traffic spotter. At the 427, there's debris in the right lane. It's a dresser, so be careful. EPR knows about it. They're on their way to go pick it up. Westbound 401, approaching Avenue in the Express. 2 right lanes closed off with construction slow from Bayview in the Express. 400 transfer to collectors is closed off. Southbound 404 DVP, ramps at eastbound 401 closed. It's slow Shepherd to south of Lawrence. And northbound DVP, busy Eglinton to the 401. Southbound 410, Courtney Park, 2 right lanes closed off for construction. Then the ramps at eastbound 401, right lane closed here, slow from approaching Courtney Park. Westbound Gardner backed up from the Spadina to Strawn. Eastbound Gardner from Parkside to Dufferin. If insurance companies have high-priced lawyers fighting for them, who's fighting for you? Call Diamond & Diamond, Canada's largest injury law firm with over 65 lawyers, 1-800-567-HURT. Your next report in less than 10 minutes. Now your forecast, Denise Andriachi.
23 degrees at Pearson, gusty winds out of the southwest. We have varying amounts of sun and clouds, chance of showers and isolated storms. We've got some activity west and north of the GTA right now. So we are in the crosshairs, but we'll see what these storms do as they continue to move east. Overnight down to 10. Tomorrow, a fresher air mass. Winds are gusty out of the west. Highs near 16 tomorrow. And then we'll be cooler the rest of the work week as well. Tonight's low, 10 degrees.
And downtown right now, you heard Denise say it's 10 degrees in downtown Toronto for the overnight. 680 News Time 114.
It's Employment Law Q&A.
From 680 News Radio and Toronto's Trusted News. 680 News Radio.
It's cloudy, but it's 23 degrees. I'm Zach Bodenstein with this afternoon's top story. Expect to see more police officers deployed across the GTA. Safety is top of mind. Tomorrow marks 1 year since Hamas's deadly terror attack on Israel. Command posts are set up in predominantly Jewish neighborhoods and at various mosques. An 18-year Toronto police veteran facing a theft charge. He's been suspended after he stole alcohol from a store. 39-year-old Constable Daniel Leclerc has been suspended with pay. And still to come, Ukrainian officials say Russia attacked Ukraine overnight with 87 drones, at least 1 person dead. 1:15 here on 680 News. Now sports with Colin Teskey.
Well, NFL Week 5 kicked off from London today. The Jets losing to the Vikings 23-17. Aaron Rodgers with 3 interceptions in the loss to the Jets. They dropped to 2-3. The Vikings are a perfect 5-0. Well, happening now, we've got 6 games on the go in the early window. 1 score on the board is a field goal from the Dolphins They're up 3-0 against the Patriots in Foxborough. 0-0 between the Jaguars and the Colts. The Jaguars looking for their first win of the season. The Commanders just stopped the Cleveland Browns on their first drive of the game. They've got the ball back now with Jaden Daniels. 0-0 in the first quarter in that game. Texans hosting the Bills. They are tied 0-0. Josh Allen, the Bills, couldn't score on their first drive, and now giving the ball back to C.J. Stroud for his first possession of the game on offense. Bears and Panthers underway in Chicago, 0-0 there, and the Ravens and Bengals also tied 0-0. Well, coming up later in the NFL, in the late window of games, the Cardinals travel to the 49ers to take on San Francisco. Raiders face the Broncos. The Packers with Jordan Love travel to L.A. to take on Matt Stafford and Rams. The Seahawks will take on the New York Giants. And the Sunday Nighters, we've got the Cowboys taking on the Steelers from Pittsburgh. We've also got playoff baseball today. The New York Mets will go up 2-0 on the Philadelphia Phillies, and the Dodgers looking to extend their lead against the Padres to 2-0 as well. Happening now in the English Premier League, Tottenham was up 2-0 at the half. They now trail Brighton 3-2 in the 81st minute. Nottingham Forest and Chelsea tied 1-1. Man United and Aston Villa drew 0-0. Sports at 15.